My name's Kat. As always, thank you for stopping in. If you've got hooded eyes and you want them to be a little bit bigger or a little bit more prominent, this is how I've been doing it for many, many years, as I've had hooded eyes my entire life and I've just learned to deal with it. So guys, when you have hooded eyes like mine, you can see when I look up, I have there's skin that goes over top of my eyes. I've always, or over top of my eyelids, so my eyelids basically just fold back into my face. That is just kind of how it is, and it's always been that way with me. So I've learned how to do my eyeshadow to my eyes, as you know, you all should. That's just kind of, don't try to overwork what you don't have, you know what I mean? So first things first, what you want to do is, this is a huge step. Prime your eyelids. I have been using this Revlon eyeshadow primer. It's a Color Stay eyeshadow primer. I'm starting to like it more, but it's a really good drugstore primer. I have been using in the past the Urban Decay primer potion. I love that. The store that I usually go to was out of it, so I decided that I would just go with a drugstore one to see if that one would work. It looks like I live in a jail cell. So you have to prime those lids. So I prime like a full-on coverage queen. We prime. That is what we must do if we have hooded eyes. We have to prime. And make sure you've got all of your lid covered. That is step number one. Good. We've gone through step number one. Step number two. Find yourself some brushes that you really like. Little crease brushes, a packer brush, some detail brushes, you know, things like that. I love my Kat Von D. It's a Shade and Light brush. It's got a crease end, and then it's got more of it's a small kind of dome type brush end. It's a dome type brush end. I quite enjoy this one. So we've got one side, the other side, always looking for options. I also grabbed a packing type brush, and then just kind of another crease brush with an option end. I'm going to start with my Urban Decay and Laced. This is just kind of a nice neutral starting point. It's kind of got some mauvey undertones, mauve, whatever you want to say. You're going to go into the crease and then kind of dust over top of the lid and just kind of make sure that's really well blended out. Do the same on the other side, into the crease, all over the lid, just blend it out. Okay, simple, done. But what we need to do with hooded type eyes is we need to make a crease line that's visible to, we'll call it the viewer. The people that are going to be seeing you, we need to see a crease line of some sort there. So I'm going to go into my Urban Decay with my Urban Decay Tease. This one is just a little bit darker. It's got some kind of brown undertones to it. I really enjoy it. And I'm going to go in with the same brush. And I'm going to pick up my product, tap the excess. But I'm going to go, see where my crease line is right here? I'm going to go above that and make a crease line. So a visible crease line anyway. So I'm going to make sure I go above. And I'm going to go out as well, because I do have smaller eyes, as you can see, and my eyes actually droop down, so I want to counteract that and go the opposite direction. So I'm going out, because I normally do like a cat eye anyway, and we're going to make a crease line. And blend. That is going to be the step here. The key to this step is blending. So we've kind of made a crease line. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. We'll just fake it, and we'll just kind of, we'll fake it until we make it, and we'll just kind of make the viewer think that the eyes are going up where they should be, and blend and make, and don't try to go over the lighter color that you have made on the crease line below, because we are tricking the viewer and we are taking their eye up. Just like that. We're starting to see a crease line that we never had before. That is fantastic work. So I'm going to take my packer type brush and I'm going to go into that same color from Urban Decay in Tease, and I am just going to, because I know that I want to do like a wing liner, I am going to go in and just kind of pack that on the outer corner of my eye just a little bit. I'm not going to completely cover everything, just a little bit. Alright, my friends, the biggest thing that I have found with hooded eyes to make them kind of pop and get out there to the world is use something with a little bit of sparkle or shine to it, and I have been super loving this Midnight Rodeo by Urban Decay. It looks like this. It's got some gold to it, some goldy tones to it. So that's what it looks like. The reason why I like this, because you can do so much with it. You can trick the viewer, you can trick yourself, you can trick your eyes into thinking that they're bigger than they are or that they're not hooded. So one thing I always make sure I do is I always wet my brush down, and I am using my Smashbox primer water, and I am going into that Midnight Rodeo, tapping a little bit of the excess and just going right in the inner corners. The biggest thing is that with hooded eyes, you just need to trick your followers into thinking that they're not, unless you really like your hooded eyes. So I've only got that on the inner corner of my eye, and then I just kind of blend it through so it looks like it's all one cohesive piece. So next thing you want to make sure that you have with hooded eyes is have the eyeliner down pat, because you can make your eyes look really set in, or your hoods could be a lot bigger than they are with bad eyeliner. I love my Benefit eyeliner roller liner. It's in black. So another little tip for hooded eyes is to really focus on actually the lower lash a lot more than what you think. So I'm going to go in with the exact same colors and just kind of follow suit with what I got. I'm actually going to start with Lace, and I'm just going to go into Tease, and then I'm going to go into Midnight Rodeo and just work them in and make sure they're really well blended. That is kind of one of the biggest things. Just make sure they're blended. It's got a super fine tip on the end. That is also something I like for precision. And I always do a wing line. That is just me, because I do have smaller eyes, where I feel my eyes are a little bit smaller, so I feel like it gives me a little bit of length. The length that I'm looking for is the story of my life. Come on, focus camera. So you guys, I'm back. I got my brows filled and the lashes on. The very last, wow, I'm moving around. The very last thing I do is do a little bit of highlight. I am using my Wet n Wild Blossom Glow Powder Highlight, and I just highlight just at the very top of my brow bone. I don't do the entire sweep. I don't do that. That is not for me. Some people maybe can get away with it. I can't. that is kind of the lowdown on doing eyeshadow with a kind of a hooded eye, and I have also smaller eyes, so that is kind of what we have left. I think it looks pretty good. I've been practicing at this so guys, that is kind of it for the hooded eyeshadow kind of look. This is what we got going. I think it's quite pretty, and it makes my eyes look a heck of a lot bigger than what I started with or what I was born with. If you're interested in watching my over 30 foundation kind of tips, tricks, and hacks, I will link that above. If you are interested in learning my contour and highlights, I will also link that above now, and I may put it on the end screen. I guess that's kind of it for today's video. So thank you guys for stopping in. My name's Kat. If you missed that at the top of the video, there's a button down here to subscribe. I'd recommend you subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up, comment down below. I want to hear from you guys, and we'll see you guys again soon.